All right. Cavern of Souls on Goblin. Here's Lackey. And here's a Goblin Crater Maker. Yeah, I took a break this week from Maestro's Control. For any boomers watching, that's related to that's actually not up on the trends and calls it Grixis Control. I prefer Maestro's Control, but this week I played Mono Red. That's actually not Mono Red. Goblins. It's Jund Goblins. All right, a brainstorm happening here. Kaplan with the awesome Korean 4th edition lands. Pile Driver on the board. Plateau. Monastery Mentor. A vulnerable Mentor with Crater Maker on the board.
I'll be in my play.
People are liking my pixel lands. Skirt Prospector coming down. Watching this back now, I should have just activated the Crater Maker, blowing up the Monastery Mentor. I don't remember what my next plays are though. A little bit sloppy here. I don't really remember what my game plan was though. Sacking Wog Marshall. Gem Palm Incinerator Cycle. Oh, okay. So I wanted a cycle. Okay. Starting to make a little bit more sense now. Still allowed Kaplan to possibly make some monks, though. Could have just cycled first, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too critical of myself. Either way, got an attack in with Crater Maker and Pile Driver. And now Dave fetching. Volrath XP here in the chat. What's up, Volrath? We're not doing Croesus the Purger control, everybody. That's not happening. Nobody wants that.
Snapcaster.
Okay. Sure.
Snap ending on Pile Driver. Sack it for a red. Twin Shot Sniper coming down. Using the Cavern, so it can't be countered. And attacking for 4 past the turn. MTG Banning says, I want Croesus Control. MTG Banning, you're the only one. You're the only one. Nobody else watching right now wants that. It's Maestro's Control. Period. End of story. And this comes up a lot. A lot of people ask me about tokens and token-related Magic the Gathering rulings. I'm just known at this point after Token Gate as kind of a token expert in the Magic the Gathering world. The Goblin token you see on the screen now from Unglued can be used for Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Goblin Shaman tokens that make treasures. That's totally legal. You can do that. Here's Goblin War Chief. All right, we have a bunch of trolls in the chat saying Croesus control. Bunch of trolls. Hot Demir or Wet Rakdos, says Young Base God. Learn to Love Rich Cali is here. Just showed up. Are we canceling you again? That's up to you, Rich Cali. What's up, Rich? Hope all is well.
Yeah, okay, got it. I'll take the brainstorm.
Yep.
So I have 2 mana.
So, true story. Up until about halfway through the year 2021, as a player, I would say I was about a 6 out of 10. And then I went and had a bagel and coffee with Learn to Love 6 in the chat, Rich Cali, for about 45 minutes, and we talked about Magic and strategy and all that related stuff. And now I'm about after that day, I became a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10. True story. Yeah, see, it's true. I can confirm it in the chat. These are things worth mentioning. Young Base God says, happy belated. Did you have anything fun planned for your birthday? Yeah, so for my birthday was yesterday. For my birthday, went away for a few days, about 2 hours outside of New York City to spend the weekend at an Airbnb with my partner, hiking, barbecuing, all that fun stuff. And that was really chill. And spent some time with my family over the weekend. And had some good food and snacks and whatnot. So it was a great birthday. And now celebrating with all you people. Thanks for all the happy birthdays, everybody.
When I started bringing in, trying to experiment with this guy.
Toller Eric trying to downplay that I was always a 9. I was a 6 out of 10 before I had coffee and bagels with Rich Cali. That's a 100% fact.
I didn't say anything at all.
I'll try for these two.
Like in the blind, like what do I
There's no doubt about it.
what makes more sense, this package or the orange shit package?
It's crazy what 45 minutes talking to Rich Cali can do for your Magic career.
People play Graph Digger Escape, so yeah, that's what you have to do.
They got like discard spells, so need some permanent interaction.
Snapcaster comes down for Dave here, thinking about blocks, targeted swords to plowshares.
Block.
So now he's up 4-4?
Swordsing Prospector. And the Monk. Okay, the Monk was big enough for killing Twin Shot. And here's Chain Whirler to finish it off.
It is vitality, -2, and
And a Vial. What does Twitch chat and YouTube comments think about my 2 different arts on Cavern of Souls? Is that okay with everybody? Or does anybody have a problem with that? We'll see. I bet you most of you didn't even notice until I pointed it out. Swords on Chain Whirler. I mismatch a lot, everybody. I mismatch a lot. Dave Kaplan says, I noticed the mismatched caverns, but I was too polite to say anything. What do you even say when your opponent has mismatched lands? What do you even say?
Ask you.
No, Rugger, I do not mismatch socks. As a matter of fact, all of my socks are labeled left and right, and I don't mismatch those either. That's not a joke. That's true, actually.
Sure.
Good.
4 pulls, that's a force?
Yep.
We got 4 simples,
Yep.
bunch of grizzle baddies, and yeah.
Should have probably
Okay.
mulliganed that one.
Yeah, it's not over yet. Start for red. Oops. 1 for 2. Could make an argument for that.
Yep.
No, I think Grizzle Brown and 2.
Teferi getting activated here, targeting a vial, it looks like.
Creature enchantment.
Oh, what's going on here?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. So Teferi, Dave was wondering, can Teferi target Narset? And I said no, and then we were like, let's look it up
Artifact creature.
in case we were going crazy. It cannot.
I'll activate it on response.
Okay. So targeting vial with Teferi.
Two. Huh?
Yep.
Bitch, unmask and a 2. Go for it.
I'll go to 17. Cast impulse.
El Tassi in the chat says, you talk to a person with mismatched lands the same way you talk to anyone else with serious mental health issues, calmly, but with firm boundaries to protect yourself. Twitch chat's being bad today.
Immediately go to 3.
Scroll to 1, scroll to 3.
1, 2, 7.
Ringleader.
3 sad impulse with 3 petals and a land.
Ringleader getting cast here.
Interesting.
Pass
They didn't play along for turn calling.
I went first, so. I saw from your reaction.
Snapcaster coming down for Dave. Targeting swords. Okay. Okay, dress down afterwards. So far sequencing this nicely. Drawing a card.
Is all set?
Yep.
Flashbacks all the memorable.
Yeah. Okay. So it comes into play as mobilities.
Yeah.
I'll go to my second main phase, I guess. I'll play Wasteland.
Yeah, for me?
The omniscience.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So end step.
I'll
Source.
play a Chromox, which is Christopher.
I'll waste the plateau.
And I'll cast him.
Faster.
Okay. There was some kind of timing confusion there, but we figured it out.
Oh, you Snapcaster.
Yeah, I'm really trying away from casting.
Expressive iteration here for Dave. There was gambling at the beginning of this round. Nobody voted, though. Only 200 channel points on the line. Monastery Mentor comes down. There it is. Sharpshooter on end step. Sharpshooter could be pretty good here. Narset on 1, Teferi on 3. Thinking about this sharpshooter with Dave at 3 life. Sting Scourger now targeting Monastery Mentor.
Go ahead.
Dave having a think here. Looks like Dave has 15 cards in hand. And I think I'm hellbent. On the right. All right, so Sharpshooter getting bounced by a now out of loyalty to Fairy. No Vials can bring back in Sharpshooter this turn with Vial on 2 and Vial on 4. We know Dave has a Mentor in hand. Now down to 2. This is getting risky here. There's the Mentor. Higby says, I just wanted to stop by the best paper magic channel out there to say hello. Thank you. One person thinks we're the best. One person. Yeah, so key goblins in the deck for Vial on 4. Ringleader and Sling Gang in this situation.
Kayako 3 and Put up to 5. Draw.
All right, so now Vial's on 3 and 5. Paid the Echo for Sting Scourger, so it'll stick around. Exactly. So if Vial gets up to 5, you have the option for Fury or Kiki Jiki, depending on your build. If you get up to 6, you have Muxus as an option. Swords on the Sting Scourger on end step, make another monk. I have plenty of life at this point. There's a ponder from Dave.
Yep.
All right, now we're seeing a whole bunch of monks. Another ponder. Another ponder. Mystic Sanctuary. Looks like Source of Plowshare is getting moved on top.
See what card it was. Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
I thought you saw.
Yeah, it's
Alright, so that's
Izzy says hello again, Chris. Slowly transitioning from a pleb YouTube watcher to a fine stream connoisseur. Very nice. Very nice.
These are 2 months, right? Yeah. 3 are brand new.
If you're watching this later on YouTube, schedule
This is the 5.
your entire life around being able to catch our live streams. It's the best advice I can give right now.
Okay. We'll take 13. 16. Oh, 4 damage. Okay. I'm at 29.
Power Blast the Vial.
All right, so a Pyroblast getting cast here on a Vial just create another monk and trigger prowess.
11, 16. Is that right?
Yeah.
So I'll go to 13.
Yeah.
Damage? Okay. Go to 13.
Okay, so a lot of damage comes in there. Activating Vial on end step, there's the sharpshooter.
Put on tap. Upkeep. I'll go 4 and 6. Draw. I'll activate Vial. I'll put in Moxus.
Yep.
Trigger on that.
What?
One day, sneak attack.
Two lackeys and a war chief enter here off the Muxus trigger. So Muxus now has haste.
I'll activate the other Vial.
Activating the Vial on 4. Ringleader. Munitions expert, lackey, matron, and sling gang to hand.
Okay. I'll cast Sling Gang.
And sling gang. Uncounterable sling gang coming down. That should be game. All right. Game 1 goes to me. A little bit of a battle. Turn 1 ponder for Kaplan here in game 2. Skirk Prospector on turn 1 for me.
Brainstorm?
Exactly. Look away for 2 minutes and suddenly I have 8 goblins. That's what the deck does.
Loose play.
Comment? Type 4.
16.
I'll
Tell someone.
Yep.
Sure. Psycho Atomic Strike.
Yep.
Chalice on 1 and an end step cycling of Timeless Dragon. So, this is my opinion. An often overlooked how would you even say it? People don't really think about this, but Goblins decks have a lot of trouble with big flyers, like Murktide, like Timeless Dragons. So those cards are really good against Goblins, in general. Obviously, if I have 6 Goblins in play, I can Munitions Expert, I can Gem Palm Incinerator, whatever. I can race a lot of big flyers, but early game, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, big flyers, really tough to beat. Even with Twin Shot in the deck. So something to take note of if you're a Goblin player. So this Timeless Dragon in the yard is not ideal. Eternalized flying 4/4 on turn 4 will be tough. But I have a bunch of Goblins on the table now. Yeah, Sting Scourger is a good tool, that's for sure. Could bounce a Murktide, could bounce a Eternalized Timeless Dragon. And here's the Eternalized Timeless Dragon. Look at that token, everybody. That's how it's done, folks.
I'll put your number pool, so I get a token that's a copy. And what would you like to name?
Blood
Nobody cares.
Moon, I guess.
No, I didn't. No, yeah, you fetched my name. I played this one.
So right here. Which one?
I am running the Jubilee Pixel Snowlands currently. People appreciating Dave's token.
You get a tap mode to get this -1/-1 pay to life. You draw 4 cards. If you drew a petal, the third one, you needed a third mana.
Mystic Sanctuary enters tapped, and here's Monastery Mentor.
The problem really is that I'm not holding an Archon in my hand.
So, in a bit of trouble here, trying to race this Timeless Dragon a bit. And now a Monastery Mentor to deal with, and we're seeing an attack. Okay, so so a sword's being cast here on Chain Whirler, and in response to prowess and the creation of a token, we're seeing a channeled Twin Shot Sniper hitting Monastery Mentor and killing it. What a brilliant play.
No mana.
Next level. Tapped Sanctuary as 5th land drop, yeah.
Okay.
Play ports.
Maybe.
Sonic with a question, any D&T today? Not so far. Not so far.
You took 1 combat damage?
I took 2.
Oh, you took 2. Okay. Couldn't remember if we hit it.
Okay. Talking about life totals there. Yeah. Brainstorm. Prowess trigger on the token. There's Scalding Tarn.
did look at 14.
Is it 6?
It's 6.
For damage?
Before damage.
Oh, before damage.
I'll cast a Kozilek's Return.
Oh,
Whatever this does.
It's
Kozilek's return before damage.
I'm gonna draw the
Okay.
Yeah, I can. Okay, wait, so you can. I can pay 1 second.
I'll make 3 red.
Yes.
So it's 4 plus 3 is 7.
Okay, so 1 more, right? Yeah. Okay.
All right, so no creatures on the board facing down a Timeless Dragon. Not very good. Not a very good situation. Don't have Swords to Plowshares or Fatal Push or anything in this deck. Hard casting a Twin Shot using Cavern. Shooting the monk down. Twin Shot has reach, but it's a 2/3.
Combat? Attack 2.
Yep.
Wow.
Sure.
Go. 4. Yep.
Wait, I had for 2 if you Yeah, 21.
3.
I guess I could have activated Port here, but I'm not sure if my hand has something I'm holding. Meltdown for 4. Harry Houdini is here with a sub-gifter badge. Hey, Chris, love the stream. Good to have you here, Harry Houdini. Here's Ponder. Meltdown is a way to remove vials. Can potentially remove Lantern of the Lost or Relic of Progenitus, stuff like that. As we just saw, it blew up a Twin Shot Sniper, but there are not a lot of artifacts in the Goblin deck, obviously. There's a second vial. And there you go. Meltdown blows up 2 vials. I don't think it's correct for me to play around Meltdowns in this matchup, especially with Prismatic Ending all over the place. If you're going to have your Goblin deck play around Meltdown and not play your second vial, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage, I feel. Can't be playing around that. Here's Chain Whirler. It'll deal 1 damage. Could hold on to Chain Whirler for monks, but I'm opting to play it early here and get the attacker on the board. Timeless Dragon, Plane Cycle once again, finding a Tundra. Chain Whirler is pretty good against monk tokens. Pretty good against Death and Taxes creatures. Deals 1 damage to planeswalkers. Chain Whirler is main deck for me. I could share, if someone reminds me later, I can share my current Goblins deck in the Discord. No problem. Just can't do it right now. War Chief comes down and a big attack here, but Kaplan has swords for Chain Whirler. So letting the War Chief live. here's the eternalized Timeless Dragon once again, which I'm thrilled to see.
With a 16.
Wait. Oh, we need
Very annoying. And as we see again, like I don't really have a great way to remove the Timeless Dragon immediately. I need to get creatures on the board and then try to munitions expert it. You know, I have to now twist my game plan a little bit to fight this dragon. Don't remember what's in my hand right now. If anybody sees what's in my hand, let us know.
Sorry. It's okay. It's fine like that. Yeah, just hit the button on top.
Kill that.
Red button.
Yep.
QQ, thanks for the follow.
Or you can leave it, whichever.
Technically
Sanctuary.
7.
Yep. Down to
Yep,
5.
swords.
Go to?
Mystic Sanctuary put Swords to Plowshares on top and now a Ponder. All right, looks like a second Swords to Plowshares is in the mix, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, that's the same one. So the cards on top were Ponder, Brainstorm, Swords. Decides to cast another Ponder. Dig one deeper. I do have a Sting Scourger in the deck. That's true. We saw it in game 1. Got to find it, though. There are only one Sting Scourger. There are 4 Matrons, but... Elspeth says Force of Will in hand and a blue Elemental Blast for Kaplan. Attacking with Skirk Prospector. And here's Twin Shot.
I'll deal the 2 damage to you.
Deal the 2 damage to Kaplan.
Go ahead.
I really wanted that War Chief to stick around. Kaplan playing this well in both games 2 and 3, getting the Timeless Dragon on the board as soon as possible. Wasting no time to get it on the table eternalized. And we're seeing how effective that is so far in game 3. But Kaplan's life total is dwindling a bit. And it looks like I have a Munitions Expert and a Red Blast in hand, if I'm not mistaken. Just need more Goblins. There's Badlands. Hydroblast on Twin Shot. So right here, I'm thinking about Red Blast on Hydroblast. But that could be disaster. If I can't save my Red Blast for other things. All right, opting to allow the Twin Shot to die.
Extremely good job with overwhelming
Okay, so you could bring it in, like I'm bringing in like white or non-black.
I mean, I have the Munitions Expert in hand. I have pretty good draws left in my deck. Like, several cards off the top of my deck could be amazing right now. Could probably name like 15 different cards. That would be great at the moment. The YouTube commenters will let us know what they think as well about letting this Twin Shot get Hydroblasted. Prismatic ending now on Skirk Prospector. So much removal. This Jeskai deck just has so much removal. No plays here.
Yeah, although with Helen, you just play on the red.
Yeah, no, this was fun. I always like to get practice.
I like
Good.
Star 9 with Mage.
And I'll keep all tap. Okay.
I didn't get to join the...
All right, so I have 6 lands. I have Muxus mana. Nothing could be countered that I really care about. Still can't really find any plays. Found a Ringleader, it looks like. which is pretty good. Dress down in response is also pretty good. At 4 life now. Pyroblast on the dress down. At 4 life, this is not looking good.
Like I said, I do have a modern deck on these shoulders.
Double fetch for Kaplan and a force of will on Pyroblast, and that's game.